More than 4,000 people have died on both sides in the 10 days since Hamas attacked Israel. The Israeli military now says Hamas is holding at least 199 hostages, which is higher than previous estimates. Tonight, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is calling for a complete hostage release, saying 3 missing Canadians may be among the captives. This comes as the United Nations calls the ongoing situation in Gaza dire. Manisa Danabalan joins us live in studio with the very latest. Good evening, Manisa.
Taz, Foreign Affairs Minister Melanie Joly announced today that the first group of Canadians have crossed safely from the West Bank into Jordan. The federal government has been working to try and help as many as 300 Canadians and their families escape Gaza after a plan to allow people to leave through Egypt over the weekend fell through.
Thick clouds of smoke were seen rising above the Gaza City skyline as Israeli strikes intensified. The people still living in the city say more buildings and homes were destroyed by the heaviest overnight strikes since the conflict began.
There is no safe place. Literally, there is no safe place. Like, people are being bombed as they evacuate. We've seen videos of that.
Sameh Al-Batrouk has been able to keep in contact with his cousins and his aunts who live in Gaza. He says for the past week they've been moving south to escape the bombing but have no place to go.
Every time I call them, I hear the bombs in the background. Last time I called them, actually, it was this morning, and they basically tell me that they tell me we're lucky we're alive.
Flares were seen illuminating the Gaza City skyline early this morning amid fears of an expected Israeli ground invasion of the enclave that was home to more than 2 million people. Israel urged the residents to evacuate south. Mediators have been struggling to negotiate a ceasefire and to allow aid waiting at the Egyptian border into Gaza. But Israel has said the siege will only end when hostages are freed.
Canada is calling for unimpeded humanitarian access and a humanitarian corridor so that essential aid like food, fuel, and water can be delivered to civilians in Gaza. It is imperative that this happen.
The United Nations says without aid, the humanitarian crisis is deepening. Hospitals in Gaza face collapse with water, power, and medicine near depletion. And hundreds of thousands of Palestinians are searching for dwindling food supplies.
They go out and try and find food and water from whoever's got any food and water left.
Many people have gathered at the Rafah border crossing between Egypt and Gaza, waiting and hoping to leave. World leaders have been pushing to reopen the border to allow humanitarian aid and evacuate foreign passport holders.
No water, no food, no nothing, no life here, no life. I don't know how they're thinking about people. All over the world, they have like.
The federal government is adding to a list of travel advisories in the area, now warning people to avoid non-essential travel to Israel, the West Bank, and the Gaza Strip.